I recently got LASIK eye surgery done over at the LASIK Plus at Easton Town Center in Columbus. And before I went there, everybody kept asking, "Hey, you gotta let me know what it's gonna be like afterwards. Can you do that for me?" And I wanted to make a video and kind of show people the whole procedure from start to end, what all they do, and kind of describe the process, what it's like to go through the whole thing. Kind of help answer any questions that you might have about it. I know there's a lot of people who've been considering it, who've been in the same boat I am, that they wear glasses or have worn contacts for a long time. Just really want to kind of get rid of them. Just very curious about the procedure. So I started off, I started wearing glasses, I guess, back when I was in the 4th grade. They were these monstrously big things, I switched to contacts when I was about in the 8th grade, and I got used to those for a while, and I, experienced a lot of the complications that come with wearing contacts every time, irritability, you can't keep them in for so long, can't sleep with them, and just the hassle of dealing with them and cleaning them. Some days you just can't wear them because they just hurt too much. Glasses can just be annoying in certain situations, especially in my line of work. I usually have to wear safety glasses also, and having to work around that while wearing glasses can be a pain in the butt. But I considered doing this for a long time, and I don't know why I put it off so long, but I finally decided to go in and get a consultation. It's not too bad of a process doing the consultation. It's actually just like getting an eye exam when you go to the optometrist. They sit you down, they measure your eyes, and see how big your corneas are. They do the test where, okay, read this line, read that line. Is number 1 better, number 2, number 7, number 8? They do everything. They don't do the puff test. For those of you who've been through that misery, you know what that is. That's not in there. So that was kind of nice to not have to go through that. After the consultation, they determined that I was a candidate for the LASIK bladeless technology, and there's several different things they can do to help correct the vision. There's the bladed kind where they don't use a laser to cut it, and then they have something called PRK, and a couple other things. They go over which one would be the best option for you. And for me, like I said, I was the bladeless LASIK technology, and they go over the pricing with me and everything, and give me a couple options. Okay, you can pay for this all up front, you can finance it, you can do these different things. And for me, it was around $3,400. Some of you will probably be cheaper, some of you might be a little more expensive. They kind of go over what costs what and everything.
That's not too bad, is it?
And I did price them out. I'll be completely honest. I priced them out. I went and got a consultation somewhere else. The other place was like a couple $100 cheaper, but they didn't offer the same things that LASIK Plus was offering me. They didn't have as much value in what they were wanting to give me. The LASIK Plus, they have a lifetime, hey, if you need to come back in and correct it, we'll be happy to correct it for you. It's no extra charge. You come back in and check and see how your eyeballs are doing, kind of situations. Those are covered, and so I felt that it was much better value. To be honest, I like their facility a little bit better too. It just seemed like it was a more professional setup, so I ended up choosing them in this case. Felt it was way worth it. The day of the surgery came pretty quickly. They called me up or I talked to them. They called me up, followed up, and they said, "How soon would you like to have this done?" I said, "How soon can I get it done?" They said, "Well, how about this Friday?" I said, "All right, that works." So they set me up, and I came in that Friday, and Friday afternoon, about 3:30, and I had to bring a designated driver with me, and that's my wife who's actually filming this. She was my designated driver, and the kids came with me too. The one wanted to watch it, the other one, she was a little squeamish. She didn't want to see me having my eyes worked on. And altogether, I was there in the office for about 2 hours. Most of that time is you know, hey, you come in, you go over the paperwork with them. They say, okay, here's possible side effects that could happen. Do you understand that? And you say, yeah, I understand that. And they check a few more things on your eyes and go over with you what's going to happen in the procedure. And they even offered me a Valium before I went in to get the surgery done. They said, you know, it'll help you relax if you're a little too nervous. I wasn't really nervous about it, and so I just said, no, I'm fine without it. And they said, all right, cool. They brought me back. They numbed the eyes for me, so that way, obviously, I'm not going to feel any pain. And they brought me into this room here. Now, in this room, you'll see me laying on that first table there, just now getting up from it. And that's actually the table that they put me on. They put a little ring into my eye, so that way they can kind of focus where they want to do their cutting, so they can get to the areas where they're going to laser. And this machine comes down onto the eye, and they warned me of this, and it was kind of a weird sensation, but as it comes down onto me, that puts a lot of pressure on there. If you have kids and you close your eyelids, you know how they like to put their fingers against your eyelids and press on it? Well, that's what it felt like. It felt like a little kid trying to press on your eyelids. And you actually lose vision during that time. And so the whole entire time I'm over there, it just felt like I honestly had my eyes closed. You know, it wasn't really much work for me. They say, okay, here at this point, focus on this little green light that's beeping, and you watch it, and you know, you do your best to keep it in the center and everything. It's a quick process for getting that part done. Then they have you stand up and you walk over to the second table over here. And this is where the actual lasering takes place. They get you set up, they have you lay back, they move this flat back that they've made on your cornea here, and then the laser comes in and corrects the vision. It goes back up, they put the flat back over, and it's almost like they kind of like glue it back on. They use like a brush to glue everything back together. And I know it kind of sounds weird, but honestly, you don't really feel anything. You just kind of see it happening. It doesn't really bother you at all. They do it for both eyes, and to be honest, the laser takes about, I think it was like 13 to 14 seconds. I can't remember what number they said. They said, okay, it'll be like 13 seconds. It beeps. You see a little red light flashing. To be honest, it kind of smelled a little funny. But very quick, very easy, no pain at all. So that was pretty nice. And you'll see me sit up here after a little bit and smile at the wife. And when I sit up, you know, I can actually see pretty clearly. You know, it's a little foggy, but I can see clearly enough. I can read the clocks on the wall and everything. But the next day, after this, well, that night I should tell you, I go home and I have to put a couple drops in the eyeball throughout the night.
You want to try one? No.
And first drops I tried to put in was very difficult. I could not keep my eyes open. My eyes just wanted to stay shut. And they recommend. They said, okay, look, you should go home. You should take a nap.
Well, I
you should
mean,
rest.
he'll be able to see.
Keep your eyes closed.
It's just right now.
And you'll be all right.
The eye drops
and
might make it not
I
be
wake
well.
up, put some drops in the eyeballs, and that was difficult the first time.
They took the thing
But
off his
when I
eye.
woke up the next morning,
Oop, now the
no
other
problems
one.
at all. I can open my eyes, I can walk around, I can see
Now
just
watch
fine.
them. You see they're gonna
Little
put
light
stuff on his
sensitive at the
eyelid.
time, so I put on these sunglasses that they
Look,
gave
and then
me.
that keeps his eyelid open. You see
And
that?
my wife took me back
Oh,
to
is
there
that
because they kind of
crazy?
want to go over the eye again, just make sure everything's
Yeah, it opens
healing
his
fine,
eyeball
that
really
everything's
big.
looking good. And so we're driving there, and my vision was a little foggy, and I knew this was a potential side effect of my vision, be foggy for a week. I was like, I can deal with this, I can deal with this. It's foggy, but it's not that bad. Halfway there, I realized that my glasses were actually just dirty.
Scraping off the
So I
part.
cleaned them off, and the vision was
So you can
actually
get inside,
clear as can be. I mean,
and use the laser.
it was beautiful. So I came in the next morning, and they go over the eyes, and they say, oh yeah, you're healing great, let's
Mommy's
check
just
your
gonna
vision.
record it
Okay,
and
you're
not
already
watch
at 20/20. It may get a little bit better, it may not, you might stay at this point, but you're healing really well. And
You
say,
think it's
okay,
pretty
well, let's come back in a
interesting then?
month, we'll check up on you again. Keep up with
No.
the drops, here's how many times you should be taking them a day, here's how often you should be doing this, and it's very nice. And, they told me, hey, you refer
here.
people to us,
Go
tell
ahead
them
and go to
to
the
come
side.
to
I'll
us.
take the people to the
And
side.
we'll even knock an extra $100 or so off their bill. So, off the discount that you already find or get or whatever, you can say, hey, Dustin Bates sent me. And they say, oh, well, he sent you. Here's another $100 because that's the kind of power. My name pulls around that place. And it's just a referral program they have, actually. So, it was a great process. I loved it. Do it again in a heartbeat. So again, I went to the LASIK Plus at Easton. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me about it. I'll tell you anything that you want to know about it. Try to help you with this decision. It was great for me. So I'll let you guys go and finish watching up the rest of the surgery here. Should be finishing up pretty soon.
He's all done, I think.
What do I do now?
Just sit in his chair. We're going to leave here in just a minute.